everyone, welcome to the channel. We're here today with Queen Farmer Amma Frimpong of treellionfarms. Amma, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
How is it going?
I'm good.
Okay, so full disclosure, she's my friend from school, okay? So if we go off track, forgive us.
What will happen?
If we go off track, forgive us. Okay, Amma, so tell me about how you and I went to school together, but some way, somehow, you have gone into farming. How did that happen?
Okay, let me just be like the motivational speaker.
Let's go.
When I was growing up, I love to see things grow. I love to nurture things. It's beautiful seeing greens all around you. So I always put something in the soil. And I never thought I would go into agriculture. You all know we did marketing. So
how did Benonia's class turn into agri?
I don't know, but it comes in handy sometimes.
Yes.
And so at a point in time, I worked on a project, which was an agri project. It was the first time I was going into that field proper. And so after the project, I realized that I loved it. It was a cocoa project, and being a manager of people's cocoa farms, huge cocoa farms. There was this drive in me that I always wanted to get back, even after the project. So along the line, 2 years later, I was like, why not?
I see.
Yeah.
So how many acres of farms are you currently working on?
Okay, currently I have 20 acres, which is mine.
Okay.
But I also have an outgrower scheme where I support women farmers. So the rural ladies who have access to land, but they do not have things like seedling, access to plowing, or even physical cash, I more capacitate them to grow, and then I would sell for them.
So you're like an investor now,
yes.
like a small scale investor.
Yes, of a sort. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know that before you were in production of vegetables, right? And we're not able to go to the farm like we would usually because you said the harvest season. The harvest season is over.
Yeah.
So now you have gone into investing instead of actual production. I want to talk about women being in that space. You have Queen Farmer going on here. I want to know how, are there more women in the industry, or are there women coming up in the industry?
Okay, so I have to do a breakdown of how the value chain works.
Okay, let's
go. So the value chain, we have upstream and then we have downstream. So we can say downstream is, upstream is more of the marketing, etc., where downstream is the production side.
Okay.
You'd realize that there are a lot more women in the downstream, which is their farming proper. But when you come upstream, when is your marketing, your adding value, etc., you would realize that the women figures drop. Now the reason is because I think that our mothers in the village have been doing this from the beginning of time, so access for land is easier for them. But when you're a neutral person out there trying to get in, if you do not have land bequeathed to you from your family line, it becomes a bit harder to get it. But I think there's a little change or wind of change blowing when you are seeing more women getting very active into value addition. You have the small and medium scale businesses coming up, so there are more women coming in, but it's not the best.
So that's what I realized. A lot of times, we just went to a farm and I was talking to the women, and they kind of seemed a little bit shy.
Exactly.
And they didn't want to interact. So I was like, okay, let me talk to Bene about this and find out the role of women in farming. So what do you plant on your 20-acre farm? What do we do there?
Okay, so treellionfarms, basically we grow premium quality vegetables, grains and fruits. But ultimately I want to do an integrated farm where I'd have animals, rare animals, etc. But our motto is simple: farming is feminine.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's more like a challenge out there that if you feel like it's a stereotypical men's job, I'm challenging you that I'm a woman. I make farming look sexy.
Yes, she does. Okay.
So it's an area that a woman can thrive.
Right.
But you can't just say farming is feminine and then
not do the work.
Exactly. So you would have to do a lot of research to find out what exactly is preventing the women from getting into the space. Men are getting a lot of credit sometimes for jobs that their wives do on the farm. So we have that whole male dominance culture.
I mean, it's like that in a lot of industries as well. So I'm not shocked that even in agribusiness,
yes, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then also the whole business angle to it, because if you are coming in here to do farming, you can't do it the way our grandfathers have done it. You would run at a huge loss.
Yeah.
They are more like subsistent farmers, so you'd have to have a whole new approach to it, a business approach. You have to have a model. You have to be iterating that model when it's not working. A whole lot of technicalities that you'd approach a normal business with, you have to incorporate it into farming if you want to go ahead.
So that's where your business school like education is coming in handy.
Exactly. So I'm practicing, like I'm currently almost done with my MBA in strategic management.
Hello.
So that I can actually practice what I learned.
So one of the things that somebody asked before was, do you need a degree to go into agribusiness? And like usually I would just say no. But you know, sometimes knowing the knowledge from another industry and bringing it in, let's just say you were a pilot and now you want to be an actor or something, you have to bring some knowledge from where you were into the new thing that you are. So it does help that you have some formal education about that to help market these vegetables and all that stuff that you're doing. So working for Trillion Farms, is the agribusiness industry in Ghana, is it lucrative? Are you making some
ding
ching from it? Like how's
it's
that
going? $1 million question. As in, is it lucrative?
Is it giving you $1 million?
I don't have $1 million, but I'm heading towards trillion. Hey, so I mean, it's lucrative. That's how the game works, if I should put in. It's highly capital intensive. To do big, you have to put in a lot, and when you invest a lot, you get a lot of returns. In the same way, if things don't go exactly how you plan, you would lose a lot as well. And so yes, it is a lucrative business once you know what you are doing. You are not doing what everybody is doing, because if you come, like when I started, I just jumped in, you know, all passionate.
I thought you were administration, honestly, which is also very ignorant, because I thought she was administration, and turned out she actually has a huge farm. I really didn't know this, you know. So that's one of the things. What are the challenges though that you've like experienced so far, just from like a woman's angle, you know, being in agribusiness in Ghana?
I think generally, I don't know whether it's for agribusiness per se, but the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country, I don't feel there's a lot being done by the government to support agribusiness, especially when we talk of women and youth, because if we want to change the whole phase of agribusiness in Ghana, we have to have a lot more women and youth in the space.
That's true.
And so I feel that maybe the government, yes, there are beautiful solutions here and there, thinking to support you know, youth in agribusiness and women as well, but I feel they have to be a bit more deliberate about some of the policies they put in place that would cushion and actually motivate more women to get into the space. But talking about challenges, I think what tops the charts for every business in Ghana is capital.
Yes, the access to capital. If you're going to do this business, make sure you have a lot of money.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Exactly. And know where to put your money. It's not just farming. Know where exactly in farming to put your money. And so that is one of the challenges. Another thing is that you have to get your markets before you even start planting anything.
So you have to have people that will purchase the end product before you even start farming it?
Before you even start farming it.
That's good advice.
Yeah, they'll tell you that, oh, Ghana, agribusiness is thriving, and that when you plant, you get people buying it. It's a lie.
Oh, God.
Even if there are people out there, they have to know that you are planting for them first. And so, yeah, look for your market.
So find an end user before you get into it.
Exactly.
If somebody is a woman now watching it, wants to get into, you know, she wants to be a queen farmer too, how does she get into the industry?
Oh, there's a million and one things I can tell you, but one of the first thing I'll tell you is that do extensive research. I mean, in Ghana, people don't like to pay for consultancy, but you have to consult. You have to. You know, people have gone ahead of you to fill for you.
That's
you know, so they have the wealth of experience you might not have, and so consult. Pay for it. Don't do free.
No, I mean, but if you pay for something, you expect value for it. So that's a very good advice if you want to get into the industry, especially if you're not Ghanaian or you're coming from somewhere. People might just, try to take you for a ride. So the best thing to do is, pay
consult, look for someone who is in there, not necessarily very big, but someone who is a work in progress, who is actually working on, their business. You see them doing the stuff, and then learn from them. Because I'm thinking you have a lot of people who are not in the country as your subscribers. The dynamics of being an investor or farming when you're coming a returnee, that's the word, right? It's quite different because sometimes you might not have the time to be present.
That is true.
That's when if you're doing farming. But if you're doing the other forms, maybe you have the luxury of not being there. But if you're doing farming production, you have to be there. So if you're not there, then the question is, what exactly do I invest my money in to get good returns? That's where you have to consult, because there are things you can do that doesn't necessarily require your presence, but they are also very profitable.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And so So
that would be the I mean, can people contact you in order for you to consult with them and let them know? You've been doing this for how long?
Currently, I think I've been in the value chain for more than 5 years.
Well, there you go. Like, she has the first-hand knowledge. She's actually in the production. She's on the other side of it. So she has like a rounded experience from both sides of it. So it'd be good for you to get in contact with her and know exactly what you can do. We're not able to go to the farm like today, as we usually do on the channel. But when you start, yes, I'm going to go with her and we're going to see the process and where the farm is and all of that, so you can get first-hand knowledge about what to do. So give us, a little motivation, give us a word. Yes, well, if I want to be a farmer, I want to join agribusiness, I want to grow my own food, feed, people, and be commercial and profitable as a woman. What is the word that you're giving us?
First of all, I would end with my hashtag, which is farming is very feminine and agribusiness is very much feminine. You just put your A game on, the dynamics, and you will thrive, you would flourish. There are big giants. There's Mrs. Koboedu Say, who is like one of the biggest Eden tree in Ghana, and she's a woman. There's Mrs. Kobler, who is doing the flowers, the annual flowers. I mean, there are so many women in there. Maybe they are not making much noise as you'd expect, but there are so many women. I know a lot of amazing women in this space. So just connect. Just send me an email on treellionfarms@gmail.com. Treellion spelled TREELLION.
All right, I will put all her information in the description box, so you guys can just click on it and talk to her. So thank you, Amma, for coming.
Thank you, Nana.
I appreciate you for talking to us. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, and share this video. Reach out to Bennett as well. Make sure that you ask all your questions. She guides you, help you through, so you don't, like you said, she's failed for you. You don't have to go through that. Let her be the one to hold your hand. So thank you, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.
Bye.